Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And on the onset, I want to really support my sister, is also condole with her, the friend and the family. Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Speaker has been very passionate about this matter. And I want just to register that this matter was brought before my Committee on Health, and I was the Chair of Health. We deliberated on the matter. It was in form of a petition. We involved several stakeholders, Mr. Speaker. But I'm sad, I'll not go through Millie's way, that even after this House passing resolutions and giving recommendation, nothing seemed to move. And Mr. Speaker, it is sad that we are the only country that is not selfish of its own citizens. I have been a farmer before, Mr. Speaker. If you are to export any food product out of this country, there is a limitation on when you should even spray the pesticide. There are very strict measures that are done. But Mr. Speaker, it is sad that sometimes the products that are rejected for export, even at the airport, those are the ones that find their way back to the market. So you'll find them being sold in the supermarkets, you'll find them being sold in our markets. And sometimes, Mr. Speaker, even the ones who would be protecting the so-called international, traders, the ones who are selling these pesticides, they will find them at the plate, because you never know. You don't know. You not know where either your wife, or even when you go to a supermarket, you would not know where that product came from. So the issue of traceability, Mr. Speaker, the issue of these pesticides, if they are rejected in other countries, why should Kenya be the place for dumping? And Mr. Speaker, we need to be serious about our citizens. It is sad that, Mr. Speaker, we are mourning death of loss of one of our colleague's daughter, who was 10 years old, who succumbed to cancer, Mr. Speaker. Cancer has touched each one of us, directly or indirectly, either through a family member, either through a person that you support, either through even your voter, Mr. Speaker. And we must ask ourselves as a nation the hard questions. When did the rain start beating us? Why are we having so many cases of cancer in this country? Are there things that we can be able to control? Honorable Millie has mentioned about the fish dying at the lake. That is just an indicator of the worst things that are happening to us, Mr. Speaker. And so whether people need to move out of offices so that they can take life of Kenyans seriously, I would support. I would support, Mr. Speaker, that we must put life of our voters. Sometimes we are very happy when we're going to ask for their votes, but when it comes to protection of innocent Kenyans who will not be knowing what they're consuming, then we turn a blind eye. So I support, Mr. Speaker, and I would like to urge the government that this is the right time to crack the whip, Mr. Speaker, and make sure that the food that we are finding on the tables, whether from the market, supermarkets, that it should go through the same or similar scrutiny that we take through the products that we are taking out of this country. We must protect our own first before we even think about the commercialization, about the money that we are getting outside there when you're exporting products, but not keen on our own, Mr. Speaker. So I support, Mr. Speaker, and I pray that this House, whatever deliberation will be passed, and I don't know which committee really, Mr. Speaker, looks at the issues that are passed in this House, because sometimes we take a long time, we deliberate, we research, we call the stakeholders, but after we pass resolutions in this House, then people get away with them. And I think we should have a mechanism, Mr. Speaker, of recalling the things that this House has passed, and people if they don't take action, then we should be the House that takes action, Mr. Speaker. So I thank you for the opportunity.
Just hold on, Honorable Sabina Chege. Is the chair of the Committee on Implementation in the House? Because I remember this debate was raised by the Deputy Speaker in the last Parliament. Yes. And the debate was very passionate. It's unfortunate we are pursuing it, and the chair of the committee should be pursuing this House resolutions. Is not even present. Is the vice chair there?
He's a member.
A member of the committee is there?
A member.
Yeah, so she'll get a chance to speak. But take note. We want action from that committee in terms of implementation of House resolutions.
So thank you. As I conclude, I just want to urge the Deputy Speaker, Madam Shulei, that keep on the fight. Do not tire. Do not give up. I know sometimes there will be even offers that will come from the other side, but let us stand for the sake of lives of Kenyans and protect them. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Pukose.